All right, so we started after a labor and delivery shift. So wasn't sure I was going to get it done, but I felt pretty good. I said, let's give it a whole kind of whirl over here, get it done, and pretty impressed. So for the high incline Swiss bar bench press, unlike last week where I had to do drop back off sets, I was able to keep the same 95 pounds for sets of 8, 7, 7, 6, which was really good. Um, really grinded it on that last set. No, it's not the best form, but hey, I got the rep and it was fine. Then we moved on to chest supported T-bar rows. I had increased the weight over last week from I think it was 112.5 last week or 110. It went up to 115. Very much liking the control, especially on those eccentrics, letting my scapula protract to put the extra stretch on those mid-trap areas and then coming back up. I am focusing to try to keep my chest as much as I can on that chest pad on the way up, but a little oomph here and there isn't going to really be the end of the world. Then we moved on to the assisted ab wheel. Again, the assistance comes from the actual device I'm using. It has a spring in it, so it gives me a little bit oomph on that way back. So the spring loads up, stores the energy, and then kind of goes back. So the closer I get to my body, the harder it's getting, but the closer I get to my body, the easier the movement is to begin with. Did a rep of 12 with 7.5 pounds on me, followed by a rep of 12, myo rep down to 10, and then 7. And I always feel this kind of burning at the end. If I recall correctly, I got to check my notes, but I think we're going to try to get up to 25 pounds on this before we get another ab wheel. So I think what's ended up happening is I'm going to move on to the next exercise before we get to that point. The next exercise is going to be ab wheels to the side in order to kind of train those obliques. So good because it's going to kind of stay in the rotation and because it's going to be something else, but bad because one thing I hate about unilateral exercises is that it just takes double the amount of time. And if we're going to be doing myo reps on that, I can't imagine how long that's going to take or how out of breath I'm going to be. And don't make fun of me for being out of breath. You know, when you're putting your all into all the exercises, you get out of breath. And just think about like when you do weighted planks or stuff along those lines, how you feel towards the end. And then imagine doing that and then waiting a few seconds and then just doing it again, trying to get the same amount of time. And then moved on to high to low incline curl. So I tried to keep my elbows a little bit bent during the movement. So you see they were straight and then they kind of got bent to my starting position, trying to put some extra tension on those pecs and then, you know, trying to think like I'm hugging the person in front of me. And then we moved on to cable hammer curls. We had increased the weight this week. We got 2 sets of 12 reps, which we're very happy with. And that's it for tonight. I was happy I was able to get this done. Please, if you enjoy the video, like, share, subscribe. Let everyone know, and DM me if you want coaching. Have a wonderful rest of your day.